Hi, Carol here, artist of Only Trees, and I'm just popping in for a short video to talk about this particular tree. Stay tuned. So I'm popping in because I wanted to tell you about this particular tree that I created. First of all, I had it in my head. I was so excited that I wanted to work on this. The colors that I'm using is lavender and dark blue. So it gives it some shading, and then of course I used the green leaves, and if you can take notice, I double crimped them so they're not the big ones, they're the small ones. But what I really wanted to show you is I ran out of 20 gauge copper wire and I wanted to make this tree, so I used 22 gauge copper wire, which is thinner. So when I created this, and I was so excited, didn't want to think about what the future might bring for this tree, but just wanted to complete it. So this is the one that I've completed using the 22 gauge of wire. Can you see how this tree kind of moves around? Now it's sturdy, but for me, I put so much into the crown of this tree that this just is kind of like wavy. Are you guys coming up with that kind of thing too? You want to use a wire that's easier to twist, but you're not thinking about what you're putting on top of the tree. And you know what? Gravity, we all deal with it. So this tree is gorgeous. But what's going to happen to this tree is that gravity is going to pull it down. So when I'm searching for the correct customer, I want the customer to know that gravity is gravity, and they might have to tweak this tree every once in a while. It's going to hold up. It's going to be one of those forever trees. But using the 22 gauge wire is just not thick enough for all of the weight that is on this particular tree. Okay, I just wanted to show you that I love this. It turned out beautiful, but I'm not satisfied because of the 22 gauge that I used for the root system, the trunk system, and the branches with all of the weight that I put on top. The other part of this is when I sell a piece, people have animals. And sometimes these animals like shiny things and they get up on to furniture. Let's just say they get on to a buffet, in the dining room, or they get on to the mantle of a fireplace. So this particular piece, if this particular animal, small, four-legged, long tail, you know what I'm talking about. And they love the shininess of it and the movement of this, and decide to just kind of push it, and boom, it goes down on to the floor from not too far of a distance. This tree is going to lose its shape, and then the customer is going to have to put the work into it to get it back into the original shape, and most likely that doesn't happen either. So that's another reason why I thought I need to pop on and just show you using the 22 gauge for your roots, your trunk, and your branches with a heavy crown on top just might not be the perfect scenario, so that if you have a tree that you want to hand over to a paying customer or just a loving friend who appreciates the amount of work that you put into it, if this falls, it's going to have some issues of wire being tangled, gravity pulling it down. It's beautiful, but is it going to be substantial for the amount of time that you want this tree to have its lifespan? See, even at as many years as I have been creating trees and being excited about creating something, getting it in my head and wanting to do it and not thinking out the process, we do these things. So this is another learning curve that we can all learn together. So for this size trees, it's about 10 inches tall. Okay, 22 gauge for the trunk. Don't put as much weight on it as I would have here. Use a thicker wire. All right, guys, I just wanted to pop in. Have an awesome day, and we'll talk soon.